All right, welcome to it, squad. It is the eve of Double Exposure, the eve of Life is Strange, whatever you choose to call it. It is the day before Life is Strange Double Exposure comes out.
I'd do anything to stop what happened that fateful night.
The day before this channel comes back to life. There has been tons of talk and controversies already surrounding this title, so we're gonna dive right into that because I've already spoken about it on my end and how I feel about it.
So why even bother with me? I'm done anyway. No!
I am not a fan of the predatorial marketing strategies that Deck 9 is using for this game.
Yikes.
They have essentially made the, I think $80 version of this game give you the first 2 chapters of the game several weeks early before the release. I think the actual game comes out like the 24th or the 29th, sometime around there. But if you spend basically double the amount of the actual game price,
Well, sir.
probably not quite double, but if you spend a significantly more chunk of money, then you can play the game 2 whole weeks before anyone else.
Well, sir.
And if you know anything about Life is Strange games, or any story-based game for that matter, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers ruin your world. And so for them to so blatantly force the community into spending more money on a version of a game to avoid spoilers is just unbelievably cruel. I have gone on my soapbox before, and I've essentially said it. I'll say it a million more times. I have zero intentions of buying this game. I don't intend to like it. I hate how they've marketed it, and I'm not thrilled about it whatsoever.
Alex! Oh my god!
I'm fine.
You are not fine. We have to get you to a doctor.
So I will be, at least in terms of the first 2 chapters, I will be exclusively experiencing them through a streamer. I tend to watch Dom the Bomb when it comes to streaming Life is Strange content. I really enjoy Cuckoo on Games as well, if that's how you say his YouTube user tag thing. I don't know, but it seems like that's the way to pronounce it. Anyway, one of those 2 people will be the one that I will be watching their Let's Play, their live stream, their whatever, to get my fix of Life is Strange Double Exposure. I will decide from then whether or not I'm going to buy the game. Like I said before, I am largely leaning towards not. I especially don't want to after having watched the first 2 chapters, because that's also playing hand in hand into another kind of marketing tactic. So not only are they playing and doing us all dirty by allowing people basically to pay to access the story way early, but they're also doing us pretty dirty in that if you watch the first 2 chapters and really like it, then you're going to be more enticed to buy the game.
What up, Max? How are you?
Here's your flash. Thanks.
So both of those decisions are super, major marketing decisions. They're not decisions made in love of the game and for the love of the franchise. And so right then and there, just immediately turned off. I never wanted Max Caulfield to come back. Her story was complete. Her story was fine. I didn't need more of it. My favorite, as I'm representing right here.
You know that day in Seattle? The date Dad was
is clearly Life is Strange 2, and I'd be a fool to say that I wouldn't be all over the Wolf Brothers coming back.
でも次はショーンのみたいないい靴買ってもらおう。お父さんに。
ビッグフットになるのに靴いらないだろ。
今は狼になりたい。あおー。一緒になろう。
But I know that that's not going to happen here, and just like with Life is Strange 1. It's the same thing. I've seen my fill of the Wolf Brothers. I want a new story that can hit me nearly as hard as this one or the first one did. And none of the Deck 9 titles have come even the slightest bit of a minute close to touching what those two games had. And so with all that said, not thrilled about where this is going. Hate to judge a book by its cover. I write my own books, and if people judge them by their covers, which we all know that we do, then people may or may not buy something just because it looks not like what they want. But at the end of the day, with a world full of entertainment and full of games and full of stories to enjoy, if something looks like something I don't want, then I'm not gonna waste my time on it. And so that is just the big problem that I am facing and that I am feeling with Life is Strange right now. And so tomorrow, I'll tune in to somebody's stream. I'll record my reactions to it. I'll record what I have to say about it and how I feel about it. But at the end of the day, I have no intentions of buying this game. I will experience it vicariously through somebody else who decided to give Deck 9 money. And that is just the beauty of the world that we live in today. Because, and it kind of goes back and kind of ruins the game. Like, so the streaming industry and the YouTube gaming world is a wonderful thing, but it can absolutely destroy a story game because, realistically speaking, there's only so much gameplay happening there. And unless they're doing some real revolutionary stuff with their choices, I highly doubt that anything that you're gonna do is gonna change the story so much that it would mitigate any of the spoilers that you could possibly see in someone else's stream. And so with that being considered, the advent of online gaming, which has always kind of existed for the entirety of story-based games as well, unless you go back to like the point-and-click games of like the old PC era. But that has really kind of nullified the effectiveness of these story-based games, because unless you're really passionate about the project and buy it and play it for yourself, you can watch somebody else stream it, and if they are a good enough streamer and a good enough personality, a like entertaining enough person on YouTube, you can watch them stream it and get everything that you could have possibly wanted out of that game in that experience. And so that I intend to leverage against Deck 9 and be like, okay, so you wanted to entice people to buy your game by leveraging spoilers and early access and all of these things, but I am just going to leverage those things so that I can enjoy your game without giving you any of my money. Ha! So I am incredibly spiteful and hateful towards this game. And you know what? There is a portion of me that wants to watch these two chapters and be so enticed and so blown away by them that I will eat my own words like a good old apple, and I will buy the game and I will play the game. But I feel like there's maybe a 30% chance of that happening. And I am not super prideful. I'm not super like egotistical. Like, if they make a good game and I have to eat my words, then I will do that. And I will play the game and you all can be like, wow, you were wrong. And I was like, you're right, I was wrong. Deck 9 actually made a banger of a game. But so far, not thinking that that's going to be the case. There's a big fan theory about a meteorite coming down and just destroying their little college town. And honestly, that feels a lot like the first game. There was like a hurricane, tornado, ocean, natural disaster thing coming to take out Arcadia Bay, and now you got a meteorite coming down. It's like, okay, you guys are still reusing plot elements from the first game. The third game, True Colors, had the whole evil twist ending with Jed, the nice guy turned bad. That was Mark Jefferson 2.0. The comment is gonna be Evil Ocean Tornado 2.0. And it's just exhausting that they can't seem to come up with their own original ideas. And honestly, like, I hope that, again, people play the game and I watch them play it. I'm like, wow, they didn't go at all where I thought they would go with this. It's actually good, but I'm not at all holding my breath for that because not feeling like they're gonna do it. They haven't had a good track record. All of their games before have leaned heavily on story elements from the games that came before them. And for a game that is story-based, the core essential piece of this game is its story, and you're gonna tell me that it's not original?
Everything is political, Sean.
It is not like, and nothing is completely and utterly original. Like in this day and age, every story and everything that exists can be compared to something else because there's just way too much of a backlog for that not to be the case. But for your story to be that close to something else within your own scope, within your own universe, it makes you a one-trick pony. And I'm tired of seeing that trick, and I'm tired of riding that pony. And so that is just why I'm so spiteful about this. Again, it is a story-based game. That is the core of this game, and you're gonna just tell me that you took elements from the first game again? Again, you have done this.
Go to hell.
And so, and hey, again, this is a fan theory. So maybe there's not a meteorite that's gonna come down and crash down on them. And great, I would love it if there isn't a meteorite. I would love it if there is no natural disasters at all. But we just gotta take it and leave it and see what they give us. And if nothing else, I'm excited about having Life is Strange, about how having Life is Strange back in my YouTube scope might bring my channel some good fire. I've been away from Life is Strange for a long time because there's been no new content about it, and making a bunch of videos about old Life is Strange games just doesn't seem to be all that appealing. And so I've branched off into other things, and I'm doing other things on YouTube now, and I like those other things, and hopefully if you all like me enough, you'll go find the other things, you'll like them too, and me and you and all the other things that I'm doing can be the best of buds. But right now, we're going back to basics, taking it back to Life is Strange, where the channel began, and hoping to gosh that they don't monkey this up any worse than it already looks like they have. And then from there, hopefully they don't drive the dang franchise into the ground. But honestly, to the point I'm at right now, I'm like, either this game is good or I don't want to see another one ever again. Like, I can't trust this company to make a good Life is Strange game. And unless they prove me wrong now, which I'm not even buying the game, I really don't care. But if they prove me madly wrong, if we get to like chapter 3 and I'm like, my brain is blown out of my skull, then yeah, okay, maybe I'll buy the game because I don't have a head anymore, but maybe I won't. I don't know, because I could also be dead. So at any rate, I'm getting off topic. I keep flailing away. It is good to be back on the Life is Strange train. I didn't realize that was even something that people wanted, and I started getting comments on my videos that had nothing to do with Life is Strange, and they're like, hey, why don't you talk about Life is Strange anymore? And I was like, you know what? Like, I made a couple videos on Double Exposure, they got like 600 views, and that's like the biggest fire I've ever started on my channel ever. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll go back to doing some Life is Strange stuff. It makes sense. New games dropping, let's start talking, and we'll see what becomes of it. And so I appreciate you all stopping by, listening to what I have to say. It has been a banger of a video so far. Again, welcome to the eve of Double Exposure, the eve of Life is Strange, the eve of this channel's second blossoming, if you will. and we're just going to ride that wave and see what they bring us. We got 5 chapters of either an absolute semi-truck meets train wreck disaster, or my mind exploding out of its skull as a surprise that Deck 9 pulled this franchise out of the fire and wrote a story that's actually worth experiencing. One of those 2 things will happen. I highly doubt it will be anything in between, but we'll find out tomorrow, or at least we'll get our first taste of it tomorrow. So I don't know when my Life is Strange video will drop, because I gotta watch the stream, react to the stream, say what I gotta say about the stream and the content and the game, and then I gotta edit it all together and put it out to the world. So with any luck, it'll drop tomorrow. But it might not be till the day after tomorrow, might not be till a couple of days after tomorrow. I'm gonna try and stay on top of it. I've been very good about getting stuff edited and pushed out to you guys. So I think that if nothing else from the 24/365 challenge videos, I have established a good way to just knock videos out and throw them at you guys as much as I humanly possibly can. So with that being said, hopefully tomorrow the first episode will drop, maybe like a day after or something like that. But you know what to do if you want to stay tuned with what I got going on Life is Strange related, then you gotta subscribe. And if you're gonna, like, you know, be a super awesome person, check out Compression Man, my independent animation. Don't forget to read some books that I write, then you know that I actually know what I'm talking about when it comes to writing a good story. And until we meet again, until episode 1 drops, ow! To all my Life is Strange 2 fans, and if you like Life is Strange 1, I love you too, and goodbye for now.